I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no baby. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip, we don't gotta let him in. Don't trip.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. A great night for baseball ahead on the show. It's the San Francisco Giants taking on the Miami Marlins. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go now. And on the hill here today, Jesus Luzardo. What do we need to know here?
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
Here's the second baseman, Thairo Estrada. The pitch. Swing and a ball popped up. Bell should have this one. And it's caught for the out. Here's the Giants lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These guys have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
The 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Now time called at the plate. And the 0-2. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. And that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting third, the first baseman, Lamont.
Man at first with one gone. Lamont Wade Jr., the next Giant to hit. Sat out last night's game, but back in there today. And it's fouled away. Slater, the base runner at first with one out. Oh, and 2 now. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
And now Jock Peterson homered last night, added another hit as well. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
One strike.
Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So the Giants leave one, and now the Marlins will have a crack at things. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at the ballpark, and towing the slab, Alex Wood.
Yeah, but last time out, got into the 4th inning. The key to his success today, he's got to throw first pitch strikes, get ahead in the count. I think that'll get him into position to qualify for a win.
John Birdie at the plate. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
And that one missing low. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. Now a fly ball to right center. Brings it in with a nice running grab. One down. Let's take a look at our lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, John Birdie.
Well, he's an important part of this lineup for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it, Boog. It's somebody that they try to feed off of. He does a lot of things, very well up there at the plate. He's got a presence about him, and, he's a guy that you really kind of like to watch swing the bat.
On the ground to third, and it finds its way through for a hit. Runner on at first with one gone. And now the center fielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And now the lefty. Some nuggets on Jazz Chisholm. He's from the Bahamas, and he was born in 1998. Signed with the Diamondbacks in 2015. Before he can make his major league debut, though, Arizona traded Jazz to Miami for Zach Gallen. He made his debut the following season, and then in 2022, he became an all-star.
Batting fourth.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Jake Burger. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch. He also became the first player from the Bahamas to play a game at shortstop in the bigs since Andre Rogers in 1967. Rogers was the first big leaguer from the Bahamas. Started to play shortstop for the Cubs when Ernie Banks moved to first base.
Puts the squeeze on that one, and that will end the inning. Marlins leave one, scoreless after one. Back here in Miami, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Patrick Bailey. Luzardo back to work. Rips that one center field. That's a hit. So a man on base to start the inning. Now batting Mitch Haniger. And first offering is fouled off. The 0-1. And strike two.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Time to look at our umpiring crew in this one. Kenny Jansen behind the plate.
Yeah, and expect a little inconsistency on the corners. He doesn't make any wild calls, but he does give and take there a little bit. So he doesn't have the easiest strike zone to figure out, especially as the game goes on when you're expecting it to become more consistent.
In the air, right side. Soler running hard to get it. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him out front for strike three. And next is the designated hitter, Casey Schmidt. Rolled to short. Possible 2-ball. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. One hit in the inning, but no one left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied 0-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Jorge Soler. And that's in for a strike. Ripped to short. Crawford throws to first in time. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting fifth. No left fielder.
And up next for Miami, Brian De La Cruz. Oh, and the zone doesn't get the call. 1-0. And a strike in there. Bounce to the right. Estrada throws to first, and that quickly 2 away.
Batting seventh. The first baseman, Josh.
And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. Haniger has a beat on it. Makes the grab, and the inning is over. And 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. We'll move to the third with no score. New inning getting started. Now it's J.D. Davis.
The third baseman, number 7, J.D. Davis.
Luzardo back to work. He swings and fouls one off. Luzardo, a 6-foot lefty, 220 pounds, and he was a third-round pick back in 2016. Line drive, hauls it in, and there's one away. Here's Crawford now, open stance on that left side. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Looks like he went up there guessing on the first pitch and was going to sell out to it. Didn't make any contact, though.
Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
Going to really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
One down, base is empty. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Top of the third, no score. That misses. 1-2 on Crawford.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
And a swing and a miss. Now 2 out. Thairo Estrada to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Soft contact in the air. Makes the catch, inning over. Giants go down quietly. Still no score. Bottom of the inning, Yuli Gurriel comes up to hit.
The second baseman.
And the pitch. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 1. Gurriel in his 7th season, 38 years old, and he's a former Gold Glover in the American League. Checked his swing on the 1-0 and appealed to first. Didn't go. 2-0 to count. Here comes. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
Nick Fortes, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Fastball, and he gets out of the way.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure these guys are chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Move to second. And he deals. On the ground to short. Tosses across to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
The batter, number 5. Shortstop.
Back to the top of the Miami order. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, John Birdie. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. That one missed. Check on the runner. Gurriel, the runner at second with one away. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
And a 1-2 again. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Peterson makes the grab. 2 away.
The batter, number 1.
Here's Garrett Hampson. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That misses the zone, and that is ball 1. Check swing, and that's a ball. There's a strike. And it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
ground ball left side. Davis with the throw to first. And that is that. One left for Miami, and we're still knotted at 0. On to the fourth. Now the number 2 hitter, Austin Slater.
Austin Slater.
The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
All these Giants, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Birdie fires over to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Here's Lamont Wade Jr. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Ripped to third and caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Here's Jack Peterson. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. That one fouled off. Ground ball up the middle. Dives and he can't hang on. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
He was all over that one. That can be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
And here's the catcher, Patrick Bailey, a switch hitter batting right. Hard ground ball, base knock. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
And up next for the Giants, Mitch Haniger. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Chisholm fires it to the plate, and he's in there. And a run comes in to score.
Well done. Drives in the run. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
So 2 down. Casey Schmidt, the next Giant to hit. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the pitching coach here. Just to remind him, focus on the hitter. Don't worry about anything else.
Swing and a foul. Pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. Bailey at second. Haniger at first. 2 out of the inning. And there's a hit. Here comes the runner. The throw home. And he's out. Knocked down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting rid of it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish. Nice job to end the inning.
Here at Lone Depot Park, Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. New arm for the Giants, Logan Webb.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here. So important for him to control the heart rate right now. He's got to go through the heart of this lineup.
And the righty deals. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. The wind of the pitch. On the ground to the left. He's in there.
The effort was there with the jump throw. You gotta love it, but it just wasn't in time. Still a really impressive play just to get to that ball and make it close at first. And not every shortstop could even make that play.
Berger takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Next offering is in for a strike. That's through there for a strike.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
Nobody out, runner at first. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Peterson takes it in for the out. And there's one away.
Now batting, the right fielder,
Jorge Soler up at the plate. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And that one fouled off. Right-hander kicks, deals, clips the corner, and the count is 0-2. This one in the air, center field. Estrada sizing this one up. Great effort as he's able to haul it in, and there are 2 outs.
the batter, the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz.
And at the plate for Miami, Brian De La Cruz. That's in there. It's 0-1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Bailey makes the grab, and that's the inning. Marlins leave 1. They're down 1-0. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now it's J.D. Davis.
The third baseman, number 7, J.D. Davis.
And a pitch. Ripped on a line to center. Squeezes it, and there's one down.
Up next to the Giants, the shortstop, Brandon.
And that'll bring up Brandon Crawford. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
Time called. Chance to collect himself down 0-2. Now he breaks his bat. And he'll be safe at first.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. That pitch got way in on him, and he couldn't do much with it, but good hustle to get up the line and turn that into an infield single.
And now Thairo Estrada. Crawford leads off first with 1 away. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Can't glove it cleanly. Lead runner around second. Soler to third. And the throw's offline. Safe at third.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Austin Slater stands in. Foul ball. And the 0-1. Up the middle. Dive, and he's got it. Birdie tossed the second. Ow! The double play ends the inning and might have saved the game for them.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now the first baseman, Josh Bell. And here it comes. There's the strike.
0-1.
That's in there.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Makes the catch. One down.
Number 10. Second baseman, Yuli.
Now it's Yuli Gurriel. Doubled his first time up. There's the strike.
No ball. One strike.
Tap dances out of the way of that one. And a pitch. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 2 down.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
That misses the zone. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Goes down looking. And the Marlins down quietly. And it remains 1-0. Welcome back. So here's Wade now.
The first baseman.
Wade goes 6'1", 205 pounds, and he was a 9th round draft pick back in 2015. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Fouled off. He was late.
A little tardy on that fastball. He's going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Behind 0-2, he steps out for time. The pitch. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Really slowing things down here at the plate as he asks for time again. Next one misses. Going to count 1-2.
Boog, it looks like somebody missed the swing sign. That's the first pitch this team's taken for a ball all game long.
Kicks and deals. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on the changeup.
That left-handed batter facing a left-handed pitcher that's got some sink like that at the end. It's just the bottom falls out of it when it looks like it's going to be a pretty good pitch in that location that everyone says lefties love.
Peterson now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. That one drilled left field. That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The catcher, number 14, Patrick.
One down.
Bailey.
Patrick Bailey will hit next. Double play ball to second. Good feed. That's one. And that's 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Giants 1 and the Marlins 0.
So electric, baby.
And welcome back. John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth. And leading off the bottom of the 6th, John Birdie. The pitch. That catches the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Well, I say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives a little bit more confidence to move to the at-bat.
Fought off foul. And there's a ball. Misses off the inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Check swing, and he held up.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Out there to center. Slater in pursuit. Makes the grab on the run. And there's one away.
The batter, number 1.
So up next, Garrett Hampson. In there for strike 1. Hampson, 28 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. That one finds the zone. That's strike 2. Hit hard. Should be extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. You got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
That one to first. The flip to the pitcher covering. That's out number 2. Oh, he throws it away.
Now batting, third baseman
Jake Berger, the next up for the Marlins. And first offering is fouled off. Hampson on third with 2 out. Pickoff throw. Hampson back in on a dive. Foul ball, still 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Giants 1 and the Marlins nothing. Set for the start of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Mitch Haniger. Luzardo back to work. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. Miami's bullpen with some action. David Robertson, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Okert getting loose as well. And that one sliced foul. The 0-2. And he grounds one back up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Not in time. He's safe.
now batting. The designated
manager out of the dugout now. And Johnny Cueto takes over on the mound. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Casey Schmidt now at the plate.
Cueto.
And fouled off. Cueto, multi-time All-Star. He features a sinker, a changeup, a cutter, a four-seamer, and he works in a slider. And that one fouled off. Up the middle, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Down to third baseman, J.D. Davis. And a foul ball. This one popped up, and the infield fly is called. 2 on, 1 out. And here is Brandon Crawford. Chopped on the ground. In plenty of time to first, and Crawford is set down.
Now batting.
So the lineup flips over. Tyro Estrada, the next Giant to hit. So with second and third occupied, they go for the intentional walk. Base is now loaded, and there's a force at every base. 2 outs, bases full. Austin Slater getting ready to hit. Laser, base hit. 1 runs in. The second run scores, and they lead by 3.
That's all he needed, just a simple base hit, and he drives in 2 in a huge spot. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
So first and second with 2 outs. And here's the first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr. And a foul ball. Oh, and 1 now. In the air, right field. Soler gets under it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Giants 3 and the Marlins nothing. Bottom of the 7th, and now the right fielder, Jorge Soler.
The right fielder, Jorge Soler.
The line in the pitch. Ball 1, no strikes.
You know, these Marlins finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but no.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. That fires up the home crowd. 3rd home run of the season, and they've got their first run. It's 3-1.
Just relentless. This team will not quit. When you're lacking velocity, it's so critical that you move the ball around, change speeds, even try to trick the hitter at times. But when you give up a home run right there, manager doesn't have a lot of patience because the velocity's not there to overcome and get the swing and miss.
Now at the plate, Brian De La Cruz. First offering misses the mark.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
And it's fouled away.
No, that's it.
2-1 now. And a foul ball. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. In the air out to center. Slater in pursuit. And there's 1 down. Here's Josh Bell. First pitch, not close. On the ground right side. Slings to first. That's the 2nd out.
The batter, number 10. Second base.
Here's Gurriel. There's a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Peterson makes the grab. And Gurriel is out. And that'll do it. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at the ballpark, ready to begin the 8th. And Jock Peterson stands in.
Jock Peterson.
The right-hander back to work. And first offering is fouled off. Line drive, caught.
Quick reactions down there at first, and those can be tougher than they look sometimes. There could be all kinds of weird spin or knuckling action on the baseball.
Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. Good contact guy, good defender. On a line out towards center. Pulls it in on the run. And a couple of quick outs.
The right fielder, Mitch Haniger.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Mitch Haniger. Here's a tapper towards short. Slings it across, and that is that. Giants are down 1-2-3, but they still lead it 3-1. Back here in Miami, here's the catcher, Nick Fortes.
The catcher.
And a pitch.
Fortes.
And a swing and a miss there.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
And that's a base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
Well, his hot hitting continues. He's been getting great results lately. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Line drive, base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the...
On the run, throw to first. One attempt doesn't work. They get the out.
The 7th fielder.
So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Jazz Chisholm Jr., the next up for the Marlins.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
1 down, runners at second and third. Next one just misses. And the count 1-2.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home.
Oh, great stop. Gathers and throws. It's there, and that's a great play. And now for the Marlins, Jake Berger. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. To third, and he's safe. Lifted in the air, right center field. Haniger sizing it up. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that's the 3rd out.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here at Lone Depot Park, digging in, Casey Schmidt.
Hitter, Casey Schmidt.
Cueto back to work. They say you win.
No ball. 1 strike.
That's hard hit on the line. Flashes the leather on the running catch. One up, one down.
The third baseman, number 7.
J.D. Davis, the next Giant to hit. And there's a foul ball. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
This guy on the mound understands that this batter's trying to take him deep. I think the key here is change speeds. Keep him off balance.
Liner caught it second.
From up here, it looked like that liner might be splitting the gap in right center. That's one of those atom balls you just have to live with as a hitter.
Brandon.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Brandon Crawford. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. 3 up, 3 down that time. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Giants 3 and the Marlins 2. And welcome back. So bottom of the 9th, and now the right fielder, Jorge Soler. And there's a strike. Smash to the left side. Crawford throws to first in time. 1 out, bottom of the 9th.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Now the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz. First pitch just misses. Home team down a run, and the home team trying to pull it out. Pitch misses. 2 balls and a strike. He swings and fouls one off.
They're only on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch in this next one.
Sets him down looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound. No question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Foul ball there. The tying run at the plate. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. A 1-run lead here in the last half of inning number 9. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. On the ground. Fires to first on the run, and that is the ball game.
These guys have won the series with the win in this game today, so you got your eye on a sweep. It's not going to be easy to do. When you're on the road, a home team is always fighting to keep themselves alive. So got to come out, execute, play really good baseball tomorrow to complete this sweep.
3-2 the final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
It's got me looking back and everything.